Hey guys, welcome back to the NFM Podcast. We're in the Optimize You studio, and our sponsors today are Optimize You, Social Indoor, and B2 Wellness Suites. I'm here with Collin. What's up?
Happy New Year. How are you?
Happy New Year. Long time no see.
No.
I'm good. We like your hat.
Thanks.
If you're watching, you can see he's got the hat on today, Dad Gang.
Proud daddy.
How's your family?
Oh, they're good. Little one's running all over the place now, talking up a storm.
Aww.
She's loving life. She's in full daddy's mode too, which is awesome. So it's like anything we need done. My wife are like, "Hey, can you come in here? I got it."
Yeah, Dad's going to ask.
Yeah.
I love it. Daddy's girl. That's sweet. And we're also here with Dr. Kela Smith. Welcome to our podcast.
Thank you. I'm excited to be here.
We're so glad to have you. And you also are a pro at this because you have your own podcast, right?
I do. The Hormone Puzzle Podcast.
Yeah.
7 years running.
Yes, we're going to talk all about that. But today, we actually have something a little different, everybody. No debating. It got too heated.
What?
It got too heated in the past. So I'm just kidding. We actually aren't very great debaters. Me and Tala and Collin, you're probably a little bit better at debating. But we're just going to ask questions. This is the quick quality question basket. We actually haven't come up with an official name for it. So listeners, if you have any suggestions on what we should call this now, Collin, you got anything?
The basket of wonder. I don't know.
I like that.
This is all news to me now.
You can't go wrong with a basket of wonder.
There you go.
So anyways, it's just questions, really quality questions that we're each going to answer. So we'll each pull one and then take turns. You can take that and pass it around. Let's see. Collin, why don't you go first?
All right. What's something small that instantly makes your day better?
That's a really good question.
Energy drink.
Ooh.
Simple. You can't beat it, you know? Once that cracks, you're good.
That's a good one. So true. Kayla, what about you?
Ooh, peptides. Injectable
Nice.
peptides. Gotta
Okay.
have an ID.
Well, this is like on the same track as you guys, but I would say coffee. Definitely is a little thing that makes my day better. Probably my heated seats in the car.
Simple, yeah.
And
Especially right
steering
now.
wheel. Ooh,
Yeah.
the steering wheel's
Yeah,
the
right now.
best.
Which right now it's like 62 degrees or something like that. And it's January 6th or January something. I don't know. But wild, Tennessee.
Yeah.
Okay.
And I would say, too, my workouts, my early morning workouts,
Ooh.
like, you got to start the day like that. It's amazing.
Yeah. That one's a big thing.
Mhm.
That's a good
Yeah.
big thing for sure.
Yeah.
Okay. What does your card say?
All right. What is something you believed as a kid that turned out to be wrong?
That's a good question.
That you had to be skinny to be healthy?
Ooh,
Big one.
that's
Not
really
really
good.
a kid, but a teen
Mm-hmm.
and 20s. I grew up in the 80s, so that was kind of the thing.
Yeah. That's a good one.
It's actually not illegal to drive with that light on.
With what light on?
The light, the overhead light. Did your parents not be like, turn the light off?
Oh, yeah.
It's illegal. We're going to pull it over. Like that was
Oh my
all the
gosh.
time. growing up.
tell my kids that.
I understand it, but I'm just like, that was false.
Right?
That's funny. That's a random one. Man, I don't know. Something I was told as a kid that turned out not to be true, or believed, I guess, as a kid. Oh, I don't know. My first thought was Santa, but like my parents are pretty honest about Santa.
What do you mean?
So, well, if children are listening right now, you might want to pause.
Do I need to pause?
Santa's real.
Yeah, I don't know. Probably that's a good one. Another thought I had was like movies, that like certain movies were bad that really weren't bad. It's just my mom was like super, like if there was crudeness that she didn't appreciate or didn't like, she didn't want us acting that way, so we weren't allowed to watch it. So like so many classic movies when I was young, I never watched because they were bad movies. And then I became an adult and I was like, oh, this is fine. But yeah.
I like that. Yeah. We started our kids where we, like, obviously within moderation, but I let my kids see movies. You know, I don't censor them because I feel like when you tell somebody or a kid no, then they just want to do it that much more.
Yeah.
So I'm like, all right, let's watch the horror movies with mom and dad. If it's, not too bad, and they're
Yeah.
not going to be so apt to want to do it, as an adult.
Yeah, I still don't want to do that as an adult. Not horror movies, at least.
Oh, I love horror movies.
Oh, you like scary movies?
Oh, God.
No.
Definitely
No,
not.
you do?
I love horror movies. Yeah.
Oh, no. I can't do that.
It's make-believe. It's make-believe. I don't want to watch like a serial killer movie, but
I tell myself that
it's a
while I'm
make-believe
watching it,
movie.
and it doesn't work.
Yeah, it doesn't
It's
work.
make believe, Abby. It's just fake. Yeah. Okay. Mine says, if you weren't doing this, what would you be doing instead? I'm assuming this means job. If I weren't doing this, I would probably be teaching still, because I did teach. I really enjoyed teaching. I was a teacher before this in first grade for 4 years. So I'd probably still be doing that. That, or maybe own my own coffee shop. I wanted to do that for the longest time. Even wrote up a business plan for it and everything, but I don't think I would do that. But if I hadn't gone this route, I might have ended up going that route. What about you, Kayla?
Yeah, I'd probably be a fashion designer. So my first career was in fashion.
You look like you could be.
What?
Really?
Yeah. So my first degree actually was in fashion merchandising, and I wanted to move to New York and be a fashion designer. And
That's
then
cool.
when I turned 18, I was like, "There's no way I'm moving to New York."
Yeah.
So I was a personal trainer and ended up down the health road. Yeah.
Nice. Why were you like, I'm not going to move to New York?
Too expensive, too
Yeah.
crazy, and I was an 18-year-old kid, and I had no business going to New York.
Yeah, that's a lot to just get up and go to New
Yeah.
York at 18.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, your outfit looks so cute
Oh,
today,
thanks.
so that makes a lot of sense.
Thank you.
What about you?
Sweat seeker. No.
Yeah.
Probably
Yeah, shout
tech.
out.
Probably like IT stuff. I did that for a little bit,
Mm.
so I go back to that. That was cool.
Yeah. I know nothing about that stuff.
Now it's probably good we're not in that. Probably has a shorter lifespan.
Really?
AI.
Yeah, I guess that makes sense.
Hmm.
Interesting. Isn't it wild that we all just ended up where we have, though?
Right. Yeah.
Man,
Really crazy.
this new basket can get deep,
Mm-hmm.
these questions. Okay, Kayla.
All
Well, we're
right.
here for a purpose today.
Yeah.
And we want to know all about what it is that you do. You're a holistic fertility doctor.
I am.
Is that right?
Yes.
What's like a formal title you would say?
So, a holistic doctor with a
Okay.
specialty in fertility, hormones, and holistic women's health.
Okay,
Yeah.
beautiful. So give us a little bit, just before we get into the background of how you got into this, tell us what it is, like a
Yeah.
broad description.
So, I work with women and couples on finding the root cause of why they're not getting pregnant, why they're struggling with perimenopause and menopause symptoms, why they can't lose weight. And I help them identify that root cause or causes and then heal and optimize so that their body does what it was made to do naturally, which is get pregnant and feel amazing at every age.
Okay,
Mhm.
that's a really good summary. That was perfect. I
Thanks.
feel like you hit a lot of areas.
Yeah.
What got you into this, or what makes you passionate about this?
So, my own personal journey through infertility, I was told at 36 that I needed to do IVF, and I didn't want to do IVF. And I thought the body is amazing, and the body was made to get pregnant. And on the other side of being told I had to do IVF, I was told I had unexplained infertility. And so I thought, I'm going to figure this out. And that's what I did. I went down a rabbit hole of research before really social media or anything. I mean, this was in like 2010, 2009. And so I literally went to the library and started to figure out what is going on, what is wrong with my body. And I found out what was wrong, and I healed, and I got pregnant not once but twice and had two babies.
Wow.
Last was born at 40, and at 40 with a 2-year-old and a newborn, I went back to school and was like, I got to teach this. And
Oh
so
my gosh.
I started as a health coach, and then I became a nutritionist, and then I got a PhD in medicine.
Nice.
So here we are.
That's
Yeah.
a wild journey. Was that
Really
overwhelming
wild.
to start? Just like
It was.
me personally, I can't see myself going to the library and just like starting to like figure it out. Like I would
Yeah.
assume that someone else knew more and had the answer. Like I would be really overwhelmed to just go figure that out.
Yeah, well, that was the thing. My conventional doctors weren't giving me the answers. They were saying,
Yeah.
fertility drugs, fertility treatments. And I was a personal trainer at the time, so I had a little bit of background in nutrition and,
Yeah.
health. And I just thought there's got to be something else. I mean, holistic health wasn't what it is today.
Mhm.
And I just knew that there was something. And so I ended up figuring out I had undiagnosed hypothalamic amenorrhea, where I wasn't having a cycle. And that was a stress response from being a personal trainer and being thin. I thought
Oh,
skinny was
wow.
healthy. And
Bringing back in our basket of
Yep.
not debate.
Exactly. And
Yeah.
so I figured that out, and I figured out I needed to gain weight and stop working out so intensely. And that was kind of the missing piece. And obviously there was a little bit more to it than that, but those were kind of the main things.
Yeah.
And then, my body got pregnant, and it was amazing. And now those kids are 12 and 10 and super healthy. And
Heck yeah.
12 and 10.
Yeah.
Wow. Whenever I was going to ask a question about something you were saying. What is it that's happening whenever you are overworking out, and what was it you said you were doing? That
Undereating,
overworking.
So,
what is it that's happening that
your
your body that makes that a problem?
So first thing, your hypothalamus is the area in your brain that perceives stress. And so that's a stressful situation. So anytime it perceives stress, that also triggers your nervous system to go into that sympathetic nervous system, which is your fight or flight. So if you're in fight or flight and kind of stuck there, your body doesn't have enough food to do the process it needs to do. And then it's overtraining. So that's a stressor as well. And so that causes it to pause. And it's never going to release the hormones it needs to allow you to get pregnant or to live symptom-free when it's stuck in that state.
Yeah.
And so the body needs food. I always tell I know this is a debatable topic, but intermittent fasting for women, I always tell my patients, that's so hard on your nervous system, your stress response. You're going to put yourself in fight or flight so fast because the body needs food. You have to eat to live and to be healthy and to have good hormone balance. And so that's kind of where you're at. You want to be in the parasympathetic nervous system where that's rest, digest, and reproduce. So that's where we want to live. And not saying you can't work out. Obviously, we want to work out and be healthy, but not extreme. We don't ever want to do anything to the extreme.
Yeah.
How'd you tell yourself at that time? I'm sure like internal narrative was hard to wrap your mind around. Like, how did you make that switch for you? Because I know like I can already think of just like a handful of ladies that I work with where it's just like pushing food for them is the scariest thing.
Yeah. It was incredibly scary. I mean, I remember having this conversation with my mom and saying, I think this is what it is, and I think I need to do this. And she was agreeing and saying, yeah, you need to stop working out so much. You need to gain weight. And I'm like, gain weight? I'm in the best shape of my life.
You said your mom was telling you this?
My mom was telling me
knew.
this. She was agreeing
Wow.
With the research I was finding. And so, but to answer your question, it was completely hard. And it was, it started, I had to make that mindset shift where I had to tell myself, like, it's okay to not work out that hard. It's okay to add a little fat to your diet and to eat a little bit more. And it's almost like a relief when you give yourself permission to do that. You're like, oh my gosh, I didn't become a 500-pound person overnight. It's actually better for you to do that than not. So
well, I think it's so hard to get over those narratives that, like you said, when people didn't have the knowledge before that we thought was like the right thing to do, like overwork, undereat, and you'll be skinny, and that's healthy.
Yep. Low fat, no carbs, no food. All of it.
When you give your body what it was created to process, like it's going to utilize that fuel.
Exactly.
Food is fuel, so that it can work the way it needs to.
Exactly. I eat more today than I ever have, and I'm in the best shape of my life at almost 50.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Me too.
Yeah.
It's such a hard thing. Like you were saying with your female clients, you said.
Yeah, I have a handful. They're just very food averse.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'll just say it out here for anybody listening, if you want kind of a reference. My maintenance is like 2,200 to 2,400 calories a day. And I just pretty much stay the way I am at that. And it's going to be different for everybody. But even like if I say that number to some of my clients, I'm like, we could get you here eventually. It gives you so much like freedom around food and wiggle room, but it's so scary to like eat more to look good and feel good. It's just trying to reverse like the mindset.
Yeah. And it's programming. I mean, we've been programmed I'm speaking for women in general. I guess men too, but we've been programmed that this is how you should be to be healthy. And it's releasing that programming to know that it's okay to eat 2,200 to 2,500 calories and not gain weight and be healthy. And that's okay.
Yes. Yeah. For sure. So what are the things you mentioned extremes? I think that's such a like thing.
Yes, especially with social media. Now,
I was about to say, yes, and you're into social media. You're doing the social media thing right now, right?
Yeah. I have been for.
You haven't?
Time.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, I just I think I talked about this last time you were on the podcast, Collin. I'm having deja vu, but I, in the last year, have made it a goal to do more with social media. And part of that is like researching to see what other people are sharing, what trends are, hooks are to videos. And it's all extremes. To get someone like hooked to watch a video or to like or to save it, not all extremes, but the majority of them are extremes. Like it starts with a hook if it's like you've all only heard about protein, but you need fiber. And it's like, okay, protein was the thing. Now it's fiber. And it's like, it's always just like one thing to grab somebody to make them think, oh, this is what I need. Oh, no, that's what I need. And it's like, oh, maybe it's like everything. Maybe it's always been protein. Maybe it's always been fiber and it's always been carbs. And it's just well-rounded, like balanced. So what would you say in a non-extreme, like what do you recommend to people who work with you to optimize them?
Yeah, I recommend whole food balanced nutrition. You never need to eliminate any macronutrient. You need to start with protein. Every woman and man, I keep saying women because I work the majority with women, but we all need protein as our base. You know, I recommend a half a gram to a gram per pound of body weight per day for my patients. And that should be your base. But whole food balanced nutrition, where you're eating minimally processed foods, if not, I know it's hard to do 0% processed foods because you're going to have like a carton of almond milk or, you know, maybe, so it's hard to do it. But the majority of your food needs to be whole foods, lots of vegetables, lots of color. I feel like we miss antioxidants. Antioxidants are good for just protecting our body from free radicals. That's another piece of this, toxins we can get into. But so lots of fruits and vegetables, little bit of fruit, lots of vegetables. Fiber is also really important for your gut health, getting those prebiotic fibers. And then fat. I feel like so many people are scared of eating fat. I tell people 1 to 2 tablespoons per meal.
Or they go keto.
Yes, or they
go
only
eat that.
And that's going back to my no extremes. We don't want keto. We don't want intermittent fasting. We don't want any, like the carnivore diet. Do not get me started on the dang carnivore diet. It's so ridiculous. But so just balance whole food nutrition. I talk about a magic plate where you put all 3 of those macros on the plate and then a little bit of fat. And that's kind of just build every plate like that. Also hydration. I feel like we've forgotten about hydration, not just water, but making sure you get electrolytes every single day and getting those minerals balanced. Toxins, like I just mentioned, that's a big one. I work with a lot of people, not on hardcore detoxes, because I see a lot of people doing like a juice fast or, you know, some drinking these weird drinks and doing a cleanse, but we do need to help our body, the detox organs, work as efficiently as possible because there's so many toxins in our environment. We have to get rid of those. And then on the other side of that, not just helping your body to detox, but also getting, making sure that you are living as non-toxic as possible. Beauty care, cleaning products, you know, what are you around? Are you filtering your air? Are you filtering your water? Like getting rid of the toxins, I think is a really big one. And then sleep. I feel like, sorry, did you have to
keep going? Keep going.
You feel like you had something to say.
No, I was just thinking, I'm like, no, keep going because I'm okay. It goes with what you're tracking.
Sleep is another one. I feel like so many of us don't sleep. The whole thing, I'll sleep when I'm dead. I'm like, no, you need to sleep now.
My dad's like that. Dad, if you're listening.
Yes.
Go to sleep.
You have to sleep. When we sleep, our body is renewing and recovering and regenerating and detoxing and doing all the things it needs to do. So 7 to 9 hours, good quality sleep. If you can't sleep, figure out why. Is it a hormone issue? Is it an environment issue? I have so many patients where it's just like their room they sleep in is too hot and too noisy.
That makes such a difference.
Fix the environment and you'll be able to sleep. Or is it actually like a medical where you need your hormone, you don't have enough melatonin or serotonin, or, you know, it's something physical that we need to adjust, something hormonal. Let's figure that out because sleep is so important. And then the last thing I'm going to say is stress. We all stress. We will never not be in a stressful environment. It's the world we live in. But doing what you can to balance that nervous system, like we talked about earlier, doing things like deep breathing. Breathing is one of the most underrated and best things that you can do for your nervous system, for your health. And it's free. You can do it anywhere. So make sure you're balancing your nervous system. And then doing things like, you know, I know people roll their eyes, but it's so true. There's so much scientific research about doing things like meditation and journaling and walking in nature and just really doing things that are calming and serene and that baby your nervous system is so important.
Man, that's good. And that's a lot of things. And I would agree with all of the things you said.
Yeah.
I think people hear all that and then they're immediately like, either they're like, oh, I can't do all that. Or they're like, all right, we're going all in and try to do all of it at once. And I think that's where like a lot of people have a hard time, is thinking that they have to, all those things you just named, they have to do it immediately.
No.
Do you see this a lot, Collin?
All the time. Especially like the sleep thing. When people just try and bypass that, it's like, everything else is going to be pretty much a wash if we don't get that line. It has so many downstream effects.
Yeah.
Is that where you would start? Like with your recommendations to your client, sleep?
Often, a lot of the times. And like, I'm guilty of that too. But like, if you'll get people to get their blood work back, and you will look at stuff and you go, what's your sleep like? And they go, oh, I'm getting maybe 5 hours. And you go, it's probably all going to get fixed if you bump that up.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, I wanted to ask, so with the toxins thing and making the like the liver and the kidneys and all that work more efficiently, like, how do you go about that? I think that's very interesting, because that kind of gets tossed around all the time with the toxin thing, and like that they work. There's like the one crowd says that's garbage. The other crowd's like so far into the weeds, they're like, don't breathe inside the air, whatever. So like how do you do that? Like, what's your, like, what when you said that, like, what did you mean?
Yeah. So I want to make sure, well, first, most people, I will try to start them with a toxins test to see what we're working with and to see how aggressive we need to be. But for just the average listener that maybe doesn't have access to testing, I would say you can start food focused first. Say that 3 times fast.
Yeah.
But I want to make sure that the detox organs, especially like the liver and the kidneys, are working as efficiently as they possibly can. So doing things like herbs, you can add in things like parsley and cilantro. Milk thistle is a really good one. So just making sure that those organs are getting the proper nutrients to work efficiently. Then hydration, obviously that's going to help the kidneys work well. Making sure that your creatinine levels are not too high, which can be high uric acid, high, it can even show like you have gout. So making sure that those numbers are in the optimal ranges. The other thing I say is anytime you can sweat, get your body to sweat, whether that's just working out hard. For people that are like, I never sweat, I'm like, you have built up toxins. That's why you don't sweat. So doing things like sauna or, even like a red light with the sauna, getting those pathways open. Hydration and the sauna will usually help to kind of push those toxins out and help you with sweat. So those are the main things. And then just the foundations, everything I just said, that's going to make the whole body run better. So then that's going to make the detox organs work better. And then obviously if there is major toxins like mold or mycotoxins or, BPA or anything like that that's clogging the system, then we'll go more aggressive. We'll do something like a cell core protocol or a Quicksilver has a really good detox program. And so I like both of those to kind of, if the basics aren't kind of helping us, then we'll work with that to get a little bit more intense. Yeah. But I've seen great results. I mean, I know there's different schools of thought on detox, but my patients, I've seen amazing results with figuring out what the toxins are, putting them on a detox program, and then they're getting pregnant. They're eliminating their menopause symptoms.
Yeah, for sure.
There's something to it. Now, like I said earlier too, it's not, we don't want to drink. There's so many gimmicks in detox, so we don't want to go that route. You're never going to detox from drinking doing a juice fast or drinking like a detox friendly drink that's just for that. It's, that is hype, but there's specific nutrients and things that we can do for detox. Yeah. Yeah.
For those listening, can you explain why that's the hype? I'm sure all 3 of us here do, but the listeners maybe not.
Yeah. Detox is a buzzword. It's just like intermittent fasting or keto or, any of the other buzzwords. It's hot and people are like, oh, I need to detox. That's the answer. And then
the idea of it sounds really good.
It sounds like cool and fun. So that's why. Yeah. And it's marketing, it's anytime there's a buzzword, there's going to be people that want to market that and they're going to create a whole line of products around that. So that's what it is. Yeah.
You mentioned sauna and hydration, and personally I feel amazing with both.
Love the sauna. Oh, it's my favorite.
Electrolytes and water. And I just house sat for my boss and he has a sauna. I was there for like 3 weeks, and now me and my husband, I think, are both addicted. We're like looking at saunas on Costco.
Do it. I have a sauna in my house and
Where'd you get yours from?
Yeah, so I actually got it at Home Depot.
Really?
Yeah,
And it works well?
It works great.
Oh, we should look there.
But I will say, my best friend just got one, and hers is like super fancy. I can't remember the brand, but it's like top of the line. So obviously she paid a lot more than I paid from Home Depot.
Yeah, but you're still happy with yours?
I'm happy with mine.
Okay.
Yeah.
That makes me feel better. We'll have to get one from Home Depot or Costco. But yes, I think you made so many good points as you were talking. I love listening to this conversation because I also have seen, like, just growing up and the difference of, like, me as an athlete in high school and seeing, like, cycle changes because of probably overworking and under eating. And then to now, like, realizing that so much affects that, because you were talking about menopause symptoms and stuff like that, and it's similar with the cycle. You can the way you optimize your life can optimize that as well. Like, terrible cramping and just like all the PMS symptoms and things that girls experience isn't normal, actually. And that's good for our basket and not debate question. Like, something I grew up thinking that wasn't actually true is that, like, periods had to be like deathly, had to be so bad. And actually it can be so much better if you can get a lot of other things in line.
Yeah, I mean, this is probably going to shock your listeners, but period symptoms are optional. They are optional. If you have a symptom, that is a red flag. Your body is trying to tell you something is wrong and you need to fix. It's usually a hormone issue. And so, girls listening, you do not have to have period symptoms. You can optimize your body from a younger age and feel amazing. And the same as you're transitioning into perimenopause and menopause, you don't have to have those symptoms. It's optimal. And that's another thing that we've been taught and we've been programmed as a young child. Like, this is normal. Get on birth control. Oh, now you want to get pregnant.
Make it normal.
Exactly.
Get on birth control. Yeah.
Get off birth control. Now you need fertility treatments. Oh, now you're in menopause and you feel horrible. Oh, now you need HRT from, a synthetic HRT. It's all the system, trying to keep us sick is what I believe. So, man, well, we could get into that. I'm like fired up inside right now. But we got to take a little break. And after the break, we'll get into some more stuff.
At Optimize You, we believe that normal is not optimal. Whether you've been dabbling in hormones or this is your first time and you want to know where to get started, we make the hormone optimization process very simple. Simply get started with comprehensive labs, and our providers will take it from there with you to review where you are right now and where you want to be to ultimately help you achieve your health and performance-related goals. So from our expertise in hormones, peptides, all the way to recovery services, we want you feeling at your optimized best so that you ultimately feel better physically, mentally, and sexually. Just like hormones play a significant role in the overall optimization of your health, so do recovery services help your body on a cellular level. From our sensory lounge to our infrared sauna, full body red light, full body cryotherapy, cold plunge, we have a wide range of performance recovery services just for you.
Hey guys, welcome back to the podcast. We are here with Kela Smith, Dr. Kela Smith, and we were just talking about all the ways you can optimize yourself. And I was wondering if you had any testimonies from some of your clients that you would like to share.
Sure. Yeah, I have so many. I mean, I've worked with thousands of women and couples all over the world, and I have just many, many amazing testimonies. The one that I'm thinking of that I recently worked with was a couple that had been struggling with infertility for 3 years, and they came to me and they were both healthy. I mean, they looked healthy on paper, everything. They were eating right. They were, hydrated and working out and doing all the things. And so, and then their blood work also looked normal. And so we couldn't figure out, okay, well, why aren't they getting pregnant? If they're both healthy people with normal blood work, they should be getting pregnant, no problem. And then she was 38 and I think he was 40. And so they were, a little bit older, but not too old. And so I said, okay, well, let's run functional labs. This is another piece of my practice. It's a little different from conventional medicine. Okay. So I'll look deeper and I'll look at functionally other than just looking at blood work. And so we did a microbiome analysis, which was looking at their gut health, and a dried urine hormone test. I wanted to see how she was detoxing her estrogen. Was that causing inflammation? What did her adrenal gland function look like? Was she in fight or flight? Was she stressed? And so those tests came back, and both of them had opportunistic bacteria in their gut that was causing inflammation and a leaky gut, which means when the tight junctions of the gut lining get stretched out and then food escapes and causes inflammation and causes, the body to pretty much go awry, go into fight or flight. And so they both had these, no symptoms. They were going to the bathroom normally. They had no symptoms. Fertility was one of the main symptoms, or infertility. And so I treated their gut. I helped them heal and repopulate with good bacteria. I also found that she was, her adrenal glands were taxed because of this. And so she was in a fight or flight adrenal fatigue situation where instead of having high cortisol, high cortisone, they go low. And so she was kind of flatlined. And so we worked on our nervous system. We worked on supporting, getting those adrenal glands back on track. We did some mineral support and some different lifestyle pieces. She cut her workouts back a little bit. And then in about 6 months, she was pregnant, and they just had their baby, and it was a little girl, and she's completely healthy, and it was amazing. But we never would have known that. I mean, conventional medicine was saying IVF. And that's why they took a step back, and they were like, we want to see if there's anything else going on here. And I'm so glad they did, because there was. I have so many cases like that. It's just, oh my gosh. I'm a huge proponent of, if you're told that IVF is your only option, I don't care if you're 45. I have a 47-year-old patient right now who's pregnant naturally, who was told IVF was their only option. Yeah. So always get a second opinion before you jump into IVF that's hard on you. And I'm not against IVF. I think it has its time and its place. But I do feel like more and more people, younger and younger, are being encouraged to do IVF, and they don't need it. And so before you do that, it's hard on your body. It's hard on your pocketbook. Like, that made me sound really old, pocketbook, but it's hard on your wallet. But before you do that, you really need to get a second opinion and see if there's other options for you. And you end up healthier. Your children will be healthier, and it'll be better in the long run. Yeah.
Wow. I feel like so many people need to be hearing this right now. Yeah. I do know so many friends that are young and seem healthy that are having a hard time having kids.
Yeah. I mean, 1 in 6 women and couples will struggle with fertility issues globally. That's 1.3 billion people around the world. Oh my gosh. It's crazy. It's crazy. Yeah. Why? We could get into a whole topic about why this is, but it's crazy. Yeah. So yeah, definitely second opinion.
Do you think there's always a root cause?
Oh yeah. I don't believe in unexplained infertility. There's always a cause. Yeah.
My gosh. Yeah. And you're getting to the bottom of it.
Exactly.
I'm so happy for that couple. I'm so happy they found you. Yeah, that's an amazing testimony.
Yeah.
Why do you think there's such big pushback from modern medicine with that still?
No. Do you want my politically correct answer?
Nah, just fire it off. Give the real answer.
It's the medical model is profit. It's for profits. Yeah. And so of course they want you on a prescription. They want you to do IVF. It's $1 billion or $1 million industry. And so it's profit. It's not, and that's, I always tell my patients, if your car breaks down and you take it to a mechanic, they're going to sell you how to fix your car. If you go to an IVF doctor, they're going to sell you IVF. That's their business model. If you come to a functional medicine doctor, we want you to heal. We want to optimize your body so that it works the best that it can. Yeah. And so that's what you get from functional medicine, naturopathic doctors. And so not to take anything away, I have so many friends that are conventional medicine MDs, and I think they have their place. If I have a heart attack, I'm going to go straight to an MD cardiologist. Yes, right. If I break my leg, I'm going to be in the emergency room, and I want, a surgeon to look at me and fix my leg. But if I'm trying to heal, if I have inflammation, if I have an autoimmune condition, if I have infertility, gut issues, I want to heal that. I don't want to just Band-Aid it. I don't want to just put a solution that's not going to fix it. I want to heal. And so that's where, functional medicine and what I do comes in.
Yeah. What do you think the future of functional medicine is? I feel like you hear it more now than ever. And I feel like I'm around this world, and I know people talking about functional doctors, and I would even talking to clients in the gym and stuff. I'm like, maybe think about seeing a functional doctor, but I wouldn't really even know who to go to or where to start. Do you think that it's just now kind of gaining popularity and people being able to have access to it? And where do you think it's going to be?
Yeah,
the
I
next few
think
years?
it's now more than ever, people are waking up and seeing that there's another option. And so I think functional medicine, naturopathic medicine is kind of shining right now, which I'm so happy about.
Yeah.
But I love the integrative model as well. I think so many MDs are getting on this, seeing that this is the future of medicine. And so they're getting on board. And so that's my goal. I want to work together collaboratively so that we're all healthy, that, our conventional doctors are talking to their patients about nutrition and lifestyle and supplements and detox and all these things and fertility issues. And then also the functional doctors are kind of stepping up and saying, like, we want to help the world heal. So I definitely think we're shining right now, and that's one of my goals, is so everybody that wants access to functional medicine, to naturopathic medicine, has that opportunity. And then I think it's just going to grow and continue to rise as one of the forefronts of medicine.
Yeah.
So
That's exciting.
yeah.
You mentioned someone, I think your testimony client, how old was she? Is it 48? 38? 40. Okay. And then you said someone was 40.
47.
47. Yes. Okay. And then how old were you with your last?
40. Wow. Which doesn't sound that old now, but that was in 2015. So 40, they're like, that's old. I mean,
no. Yeah, that's what I'm asking.
To have a baby.
Because I'm 28 and people are all around me like,
yeah.
So you're going to run out of time. Like, when are you going to have a baby?
Yeah.
And I'm like, well, I'm pretty sure you can wait a lot later than everybody used to think. So, and I feel like you do see that more now, but what's the reason people think you have to do it so early? Is it because of, if your hormones and everything's optimized, could you have children later than normal?
Yes.
Or than what people think is normal?
You can definitely have children. If you're ovulating, you can still have a baby. I don't care if you're 50. I know of she wasn't my patient, but I have a lady that was a friend, a naturopathic doctor friend. Her patient was 52 and got pregnant naturally. If you're still ovulating, you can still have a baby.
Yeah.
And the reason we're told you can't is, again, because of the medical model. They want to sell you IVF. And the reason that whole thing started was actually in the Catholic Church. Back in, I forget, it was like in the 20s or 30s, the Catholic Church noticed women later, like 30s and 40s, were no longer getting pregnant. So they started saying, well, you can't get pregnant later in life.
That's
and
hilarious.
so that came from the Catholic Church. And then it came from conventional medicine saying IVF is the thing. They invented IVF. And IVF was invented for a very specific reason, for people with medical issues. It was never invented as you're 38, you need this procedure. That's not what it was for. But then when they saw it was bringing in so much money, that's why now everybody, and now it's, like I said, it's a huge industry. And now everybody's being recommended earlier and earlier. I have patients who are in their 30s, early 30s, that are being recommended IVF. And it's just crazy.
Yeah. I have friends who have been too.
Yeah.
And they're my age.
If you're 30, you do not need IVF. Say it for the people in the back.
You need to go see Dr. Kela.
That's right.
If someone's trying to find a functional doctor, and obviously you can't help everybody in the world. It would be awesome.
I can.
Well, you know what I'm saying. Like, let's say they can't get access to you for some reason. How do they filter? Like, how do they know if someone's legitimate? Because as you said, this is a very this could vary. I know people that have gone to see a functional something, and then I'm like, dude, you just got magnesium, and that was it.
Yeah.
Like, they didn't do a full look into him. So what would you say would be for someone looking? This is someone that's qualified.
Yeah, I would.
Since it is so new.
Good question.
I would look at their credentials. What schooling do they have? Do they have, an NP or any sort of license? Do they have a PhD? What schooling have they had first? I would look at that. I would look at their testimonials. Most functional docs will have testimonials on their website. So look at their testimonials and then look at how long they've been practicing. I see so many, it's the hot profession. And so many people will jump in and be like, I'm a functional medicine practitioner, coach, or whatever. And that's great. I want as many people as they can to be practicing, but make sure that they have longevity and they have experience. And so interview. I always tell my patients, interview a couple different docs and see who you like personality wise. What are their testimonials? What is their experience? What is their education? And really just look at all of that to choose the right person for you. I would, go to Google and start Googling, pull some people, go to social media and type in like functional doctor near me, naturopathic doctor, see who has a good presence on social media. Not that that's an end all be all, but
you can find out a lot about
exactly
preachers and things.
Exactly. And I feel like, most people that have their own business will be on social media, and you'll be able to see their testimonials on there and see their followers and see what they believe and what they teach. And so that would be the main thing. Do some research and just find the person that fits with you based on their education and their credentials. Yeah.
Let's talk about your book.
Yeah.
This is one way anybody can get
Awesome.
anybody can get a hold of this, right?
Anybody in the world. So this is my 6th book. It is, I can say, my best book
Your
so
6th?
far. This is my 6th
Wow.
book. Yeah. So Solving Your Infertility Puzzle, a comprehensive guide to optimizing your fertility. And so I go through not only my story, but I go through many patient stories in the book. I also talk about different reasons why you might be struggling with infertility. I go through all the lab testing that I recommend. And so what is a dried urine hormone test? What is a microbiome analysis? A hair tissue mineral analysis? I go through all of those pieces. And then I also talk about the functional pieces that we discussed earlier with nutrition and lifestyle, and what do I need to eat? What supplements do I need to take? Just the foundations. And then I have over 175 research studies showing what I talk about in the book and how it's been researched and what it was, what's been proven. So I feel like it has a lot of credibility to it. And it's a really easy and fun read and a great resource for anybody that's either trying to get pregnant tomorrow or in 5 years, or even if you're not trying to get pregnant, but you just want to optimize your health. Yeah. There's a lot of great pieces in there about that as well. Yeah. And if you're a practitioner or you're thinking about becoming a practitioner, it's a great resource for them as well.
Yeah. Because even if somebody's not trying to get pregnant, like you could still be doing the same thing as someone who was trying to get pregnant, and that's their only symptom is that they can't get pregnant. Exactly. So this is for anybody. Really.
Right. And if you ever want to get pregnant, if you're 20 and you're like, I want to get pregnant at 35, we want to start doing those things now. You want to start optimizing your health. And I always tell people, yes, I talk about fertility, but you're not just trying to get pregnant. You're trying to be as healthy as possible. Fertility and pregnancy, that's just a side effect of you being as healthy as you possibly can. Yeah.
That's good. And you also are a speaker. So I'm assuming you're on YouTube.
Yes. So...
What are some of the talks you've done?
Yeah. So I just did the Atlanta Women's Expo. I was on that stage, and I do a lot of virtual speaking, but my plan for 26 is more in-person speaking. So I'm looking at places to do that, but I've been on many different podcasts and summits. I host the Solving Infertility Summit. We're going into our 5th year. Last year we had over 70 speakers, and over 5,000 people joined that summit. Nice. So it was really cool. So that's coming up this year. And then what else? I've had my podcast for 6 years. Yep. The Hormone Puzzle Podcast. Yeah. So the Hormone Puzzle Podcast, everywhere podcasts are heard. And we talk, I interview so many amazing people, and we just talk about fertility, hormones, holistic health, and have some great conversations over there. So it's a great show.
So there's lots of places to find you.
Yeah.
You can read her book. You can listen to her podcast.
Yes.
Social media.
Yes.
What's your social media name?
Media. So I'm at Kela, KELA_health coach and Hormone Puzzle Method on Instagram. That's probably my favorite place. And I'm Dr. Kela Smith on TikTok. And YouTube, we're on YouTube, but I'm so bad with YouTube. I need to get better with YouTube. It's just one more thing to do.
I know. There's so much to keep up with.
So much. But yeah.
Well, I've learned so much, and I want to get that book. Where can we get it? Anywhere?
Yes. So,
Amazon?
Well, no, yes, it will be on Amazon, but pre-sales are happening right now. It is on Amazon. If you search it, you can pre-sale and get the Kindle copy now. But the actual book is coming out March 11th.
Oh, how exciting. Yeah. It's appropriate for it's green for March.
And there will be an audio book. I'm working on that this week, and so you can get it on Audible.
Okay. Are you the speaker?
I am.
I've always wondered about that. Like, how long does that take?
I haven't done it yet.
Okay.
I'll let you know after I record.
Broken up sessions? Or?
I think so. Well, that's what, because the book is, I think it's like 200 pages, and like, I can't remember, but it's long. I was talking to my team. I'm like, I hope I can. I don't know. I've never done this. We'll see how it goes.
Yeah.
But I think you just record. You just hit record and start reading.
Yeah. I would have to be like rewind or restart.
I know, right?
Restart so many times.
Re-edit.
Yeah. Well, that is all so cool. Thank you so much for coming and sharing this with us. I feel like I'm going to be sharing this episode with so many people in my own life because they can really benefit from the knowledge that you have. So
Thank
we
you.
appreciate you being here.
One other thing I wanted to mention really
Yeah.
fast.
Totally.
So
Take
I
your time.
also have a second part of my business that is for anybody that wants to be a fertility coach or getting to the
Ooh.
coaching industry.
Oh, nice.
So it's the Hormone Puzzle Society's Educational Institute, and we have a whole certification for fertility. So if you are
my
a
gosh,
coach and you
yes.
want to niche into fertility, or you're just a lay person that wants to get into this field, it's
Mhm.
a 40-week program, and it's a wonderful. You have a certification at the end where you can become board certified, and so it's a great
Wow.
program. Yeah.
Nice. That's dope.
Yeah, that's I'm like, okay.
Yeah.
Huh.
And we didn't mention my website. So everything's at hormonepuzzlesociety.com. And then the educational piece, that's at fertilitycoachingmastery.com. So
Okay.
yeah.
Perfect.
Awesome.
With the coaching thing, the infertility, would that, if I were like gonna go get a hormone certification, would this be anything that I could get during like a hormone certification? Could I get all that knowledge in this?
Yes. So
fertility
this
one?
is actually, your title is a fertility and hormone coach. So that
Okay.
I cover both.
All of it.
in the
So
program.
valuable.
Yeah.
Very nice. I think we have quite a few like trainers and coaches who listen
Yeah.
too, so that's super helpful.
Awesome. Thank you.
All right. Well, thanks
Cool.
for coming. Thanks for
Thank you.
hosting today, Collin.
Anytime.
Good to have you always. If you guys found this episode at all helpful, on behalf of NFM and Spread the Positive, we really appreciate you listening. We hope that you learned something, and this you can take away something to apply to your own life. Stay connected. Listen in next week. Bye.